Hello, everybody. Welcome to the UK Valley Film Festival. This is Sunday, and we keep meeting filmmakers, discussing movies, and talking about everything you can watch on the UK Valley Film Festival. This afternoon, right now, this morning, we are going to focus on two specific movies. The first one is Caroline, and the second one is ALYESKA. And without further ado, let's welcome Patricia and Chris, the two filmmakers. How are you doing?
Hi, guys.
Good, cool. Thank you.
Very happy to have you. So two very different categories. Patricia, with the movie Caroline, you are in the student competition. And Chris, with the short film made with a drone, ALYESKA, you are competing in the drone competition. So who are you guys? Patricia, do you want to tell us a little bit about your filmmaking, your filmmaking background, so we get to know you a little bit?
So I made Caroline when I was still at UCLA TFT. Mm-hmm. And it's a film that I made in my second year, and it's what we call our advanced film. And I'm originally from Portugal. I went to art school in London, and Caroline was very much inspired by my experiences as a female artist. And the film focuses on a professional artist who is on the brink of failure as she puts on her first solo show. And it's basically a film that talks about her emancipation as a female artist who was in a relationship with another artist, male artist, for a long time, and how she kind of comes out from under his shadow. So that was kind of the genesis for the short.
It's a good pitch. It's a very good pitch. Chris, so it's a drone film. So basically, tell us first a little bit about you. Where you're from, where are you right now maybe, and how did you start to make drone movies?
So my name is Chris. I'm here based in Miami at the moment. And I mainly do travel films and occasionally mini documentaries, but it's always travel related because it's kind of my hobby. And when I travel, I like to bring a lot of camera gear, drones, time-lapse cameras, underwater stuff. So this specific film is, so I recently, as of last year, got into FPV drones. So there are regular drones that hover, and then there's FPV drones, which let me grab one real quick.
The bigger ones, you mean?
They're not bigger. Some people know them as racing drones.
Yeah.
And so if you watch the footage, if you watch the film, you'll see that it's a lot more dynamic than just a hovering, tilting, whatever the regular drones do. These drones are actually, I would consider flying. The other ones are just kind of hovering. And so I got into these FPV drones, and you fly them with goggles, and it's a lot more dynamic, all manual. There's no just like hovering, leaving the controller there. So I decided to go on a trip to Alaska because it was sort of during lockdown, beginning this year. It was still sort of locked down. And so I was thinking, what's the furthest place I can get to from Miami? So it was either Hawaii or Alaska. I ended up going to both, but this specific film was from Alaska. And so I took the drones with me, and the idea was to shoot all the regular stuff I shoot, time lapses and all this travel footage, but combine the FPV drone footage and just trying to put something creative together. And Alaska in the winter is not as well known because everybody really goes in the summer for the wildlife. Yep. So I went there in the winter, pretty harsh conditions, like I'm used to flying in Miami with t-shirt on, shorts, and
that must have been different.
In Anchorage, it went down to maybe like 18 degrees. In Fairbanks, it went down to like -20. So like any exposed skin, starts to burn. So like it was also difficult learning how to fly.
Translate a little bit. When you say the skin starts to burn, you're talking about the exposure on the camera.
No, I'm talking about like your physical skin.
For real?
Yeah, because it's
so
of the
cold. Frost.
Yeah, because it's so cold, it feels like it's burning. It doesn't feel cold, and it goes numb right away. So that's why people wear like the gaiter and the beanie, and you're fully covered up.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it goes even colder. I believe it goes down to like -40, and when it's windy, it's worse. But just flying with gloves on, because it's a very like dynamic thing, flying these drones. So the whole experience was very interesting. But I obviously came away with some pretty cool footage. Like for example, one of my goals was to fly the drone over a glacier, and so I hiked out to this.
Don't say
glacier.
too much. We're going to show a little bit of it in a moment. And maybe you're going to be you're going to be able to do a voice over it if you want to.
Sure.
we'll see. We'll see. But we're here to discover all that. Back to Patricia. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the script, the film, the characters? You gave us the pitch and kind of the overview of it. Do you want to tell us more for the people, because it's going to screen at 3:30 p.m. So people have not seen it yet. So can you, without spoiling anything, can you tell us more?
So I can say that we shot in San Diego, and we had the very talented Irish actress, Rachel Rath, playing the lead role of Caroline. And she's a performance artist. And there's, the performance kind of becomes an important symbol in the film, because it's a performance that was made famous when her and her partner did it. And obviously, Marina Abramovich was obviously an inspiration there because she was very famous for performing with her partner, her male partner, for a very long time. And it took her a while to kind of step away from him and be recognized in her own right. As a very important and influential female artist. So basically what happens in the film is that the curator of the show wants her to do the performance and suggests that she does it with another man, not with her former partner, just, some man. And so for a while she tries to find someone. There's no one that she gels with. It's a performance that requires her to trust her partner because there's an element of danger and she is blindfolded. And I guess without giving too much away, she finds a way to perform without compromising her values and her artistic integrity.
Let's take a look at the trailer of the movie so we can get a grasp of everything you describe.
I shot those on an SLR and then I poured bleach on them. It eats through the color layers. See?
It's beautiful.
I use liquid bleach, but you get more control with gel.
And what are you going to do over there?
That's to document a performance that I don't know if I'm going to go through with.
And you don't want to?
It's complicated.
Everybody's weird.
What I like about the film is there's a little bit of drama, there's a little bit of comedy, there's a little bit of love story in a way, and also, of course, the performance in itself. Is it your first film?
No, I started making shorts in Portugal, and I've made about 3 short films in Portuguese. And then when I came to UCLA is when I started making films here in the States. And so I guess that was Caroline's like my fifth short film.
How was this one different from any previous one you made?
This one was longer. I mean, it's around about 23 minutes long, which I think for shorts is considered like very long.
It's a long short. Yeah.
It's a long short. Yeah.
We have a few. We have a few this year at the UK Valley Film Festival. But what's interesting with short film is when it's very short, people like it because it's just a bite into the universe of an artist, of a creation. And when it's a long short film, people like it also because you take a little bit more time to dive into it. But still, you don't have to spend 90 minutes watching the whole film. So the short format always has something good that comes out of it, definitely. But yeah, this one, Caroline, you're gonna meet characters. You're gonna have time to understand what they feel, understand what they want, and you're gonna be there with them all along the film. Back to Chris. We're gonna take a look at the trailer of ALYESKA in a moment. Can you tell me first, why is it called ALYESKA and not Alaska?
So, I mean, if you watch the film at the beginning, it shows you that's the name in the native language. And I just thought it was a little more creative. You know, I mean, sometimes I somehow come up with an idea of something as part of the theme, but at the moment I couldn't. So I was like, yeah, you know, Alyeska sounds like an exotic version of Alaska.
Good. We're gonna cue the trailer, and we're gonna watch that. Voilà. Okay. The good thing that not being live is I'm gonna be able to cut that box.
We just have to hold still, so we're.
Good. That makes you want to go there, definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of the goal.
We saw what you explained a little bit before, the not just a drone hovering above beautiful landscape, but actually drone flying fast above the landscape. That's the difference you mentioned before.
Yeah, it's it's becoming more trendy now. Actually, you're going to start, if you know what you're looking for, like this type of footage, you're going to start to see it in a lot more, where you are starting to see it in a lot more car commercials, blockbuster movies. I believe I saw the trailer for the new Michael Bay film, and there's a shot where it's coming from the top of the building down to the action on the street, and that's definitely an FPV drone shot. And it's becoming, it used to be more of a racing thing. Like I said, I only got into it a year ago, but it used to be of a racing thing, which it still is. But now people are starting to put cinema cameras on slightly bigger versions of these, and just getting like these crazy dynamic shots that you just, I mean, unless you know what it is, you're like, how the hell did they go through this hole and around here? And it's just.
Let me ask you a question, because a lot of time, whether it's a regular drone or a racing drone, you take the shot and then you speed it up in post-production. If your shot is maybe 5 seconds, you're going to speed it up so it looks like you're going faster than what you actually flew the drone. Did you do that, or does the
most
FPV
of these
drone
are actually
allow you to really go fast?
So these are faster drones. I believe that if I speed up any of these clips, because there's some people who are purists and they say, I'll leave the footage as is, and if I want to go faster, I'll fly faster or slower, whatever. I mean, I would speed it up, maybe like speed ramp things for effect, but most of this is at the speed that I flew at, because these drones, they can go from 0 to 100 miles per hour in like a second. It's like that fast. So it's kind of just part of, and it's part of the experience too, because you have to learn how to fly them that fast. And but yeah, there's definitely no like maybe 2 or 3 times speed increase, maybe like a 50% tiny increase, but most of it is as is.
Can you describe to me a little bit? You told us that you need, when you pilot the drone, you need the gloves, and basically you only see what the drone sees.
Yeah,
that's
you
a
are the
different
drone.
experience, because when I fly my drone, I have a remote and I basically use my phone as a screen to see where I go and everything. But you do that, but what you do is more like competition style, more like it's a sport in itself. Is it a little bit like 3D reality inside the goggles, or does it just allow you to kind of only see what you need to see to fly faster?
So it is a mix of, I mean, it's sort of like VR, I guess, but you have to move the drone to move. And actually some people get a little motion sickness when they're first learning, because if you move your head, but the drone is moving this way, there's like that disconnect. But yeah, with the goggles on, you are the drone, right? Because when you fly a regular drone, if you turn around and you're facing yourself, left is right and right is left. With these drones, the reaction time and the way you fly it, you have to be always seeing what the drone is seeing. So you're always able to just maneuver and do things. So it's just a very immersive experience. And if you're doing like stuff from the top of the mountain, like you feel like you're there, like some of these shots, I'm just like miles away. You can build these drones for long range, longer range than a DJI drone, and just send it off into the mountains and then just do those cruising down shots.
You really you have no other choice than to really do nothing else than what you do when you fly that. Patricia, I think you have a question for Chris.
Yes, I want to say that I saw it and it's beautiful. The shots are incredible. What I noticed is that you can flip your drone, and you can't do that with the normal hover drones, right?
No, you don't want to do that with the normal one.
These because I don't want to get too technical about it, but the way these work is you control the angle and then the throttle. So like if you want to go forward, you tilt forward and then throttle it, so that way you can go upside down and sideways. And it's one of those things you just have to experience. Like people practice on I practice on a simulator, like a video game, for at least 30 hours before I bought the real one, because it's, you don't want to like be crashing an actual drone while you're learning. And they are cheaper, but it is something that you have to put a lot of time into. So luckily there is that barrier to entry. So it's not like nowadays anybody can just buy a drone and fly it. And that's why drone footage is so common. So my goal actually with this is I'm still discovering how to like creatively tell a story with FPV drones, and because right now it's the highlight of the movie. It's kind of an FPV drone film, which is cool. I'm just starting out, but I want to figure out how can I do this and just creatively use it to tell stories. So it's not fully about the FPV. It's just a tool in the filmmaker toolbox, basically.
I like that. I like that that idea of using the camera or the drone or anything we use making a movie to give that to be at the service of the story you want to tell, or the landscape you want to show, and basically the emotion you want to create at some point with the viewers. And then at some point you get to meet with the film festivals like we are, and we get to screen them. If you want guys to watch Caroline, if you want to watch Chris from ALYESKA, every movie we have is for free on Zerb. I'm going to give you a couple of informations. Caroline is going to premiere at 3:30 today, and ALYESKA is going to premiere in 45 minutes at 2 p.m. And once the movies are released on Zerb, they're going to stay until November 21st. So if you don't have time to watch them today, they do premiere today, but you're going to have time anytime next week to watch them, or next weekend. And I know a lot of you are going to come back to the UK Valley Film Festival replay on next weekend. And we encourage you to do that. Starting tonight, we're going to release the vote process. So we invite you to go on Zerb, watch all the films. And then once you've watched everything, you go to the form, you fill the form, and you vote for the one movie you want to win for the Audience Award. If you want to know more about this, we talked about it extensively yesterday and also Friday in the kickoff of the festival. That's about it. Guys, do you have anything else you would like to tell to
I want to ask Caroline, where in Portugal are you from?
I'm from Lisbon.
Oh, nice. Because my last trip, actually, I went to Madeira, the island, right? And I actually put another film together, not to plug my other film, but I did one in Madeira combining actually the FPV stuff, and I went scuba diving and underwater footage. So it's like kind of like the version 2.0 of this whole thing. But yeah, Madeira is beautiful. I loved it there. It's kind of like what they call it, the Hawaii of Portugal or something, because it's, you got the cliffs, you got the mountains and stuff. It was very beautiful there.
I'd love to see it.
It's a very beautiful country, yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from the wine also.
And the ponche de Madeira as well is very good. The liquor.
I didn't try that actually when I was there.
Ponche. Okay.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Guys, thank you so much for taking some time to be with me today. Your films are going to premiere today and going to stay until the 21st. And next time I'm going to see you is going to be tonight at 7 p.m. We're going to be with a few guests, including members of the town of UK Valley and council members to reveal the results of the actual competition of the UK Valley Film Festival. So all the results except the audience award are going to be revealed tonight, and then we're going to have to wait a week after that to get the actual audience award, because we want to give you the time to vote and to watch the films. So far, the festival is a great success already. We have hundreds and hundreds of tickets that have been registered on Zerb, and we have actually thousands of views on all the videos we put together on Facebook and YouTube. So thank you so much for making the UK Valley Film Festival a success, and I'm going to give you a little bit more details about that tonight. Chris, Patricia, thank you so much, and have a very good rest of your day.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.